Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a jaw-dropping development surrounding none other than music mogul Diddy. Once known for his towering empire, complete with lavish mansions and private jets, he's now at the center of a high-stakes courtroom battle where his $50 million bail was shockingly denied. Picture the disbelief, the tension, as his legal team assembled a game-changing bail package in a final, desperate bid for freedom. The stakes are sky-high and the drama is real. So, join us as we take a closer look at this unfolding story and the intense journey ahead for one of the industry's biggest icons. Diddy made headlines with an eye-popping $50 million bail offer that left everyone stunned. But he didn't stop there. He went all out, offering up his luxurious $48 million Miami mansion and even his private jet, usually reserved for his spontaneous globe-trotting adventures. The sheer scale of his proposal left people in awe, showcasing his determination to avoid time behind bars. Not only did Diddy put his assets on the line, but he also brought in his family to support his case. His mother and other close relatives co-signed the bail, demonstrating just how much they were willing to invest in helping him get back to his life. Diddy didn't shy away from making further concessions either. He promised to surrender his passport and remain under house arrest, practically pleading, "Let me stay home. Just keep me out of jail." His lawyer sweetened the deal even more, proposing weekly inspections and a nightly visitor log to ensure full transparency. Diddy agreed to limit his guests to only his mother, daughter, and their mother, showing his willingness to follow every rule laid out just to avoid a jail cell. But despite this impressive package, the judge looked over his offer and delivered a cold no. The prosecution's argument painted Diddy as too high risk, casting doubt on his trustworthiness and leaving his hopes crushed. This unexpected turn left everyone wondering if there's a way forward for the music mogul or if this chapter is closing on his freedom. Disturbing details from Diddy's past have come to light, casting a dark shadow over his current situation. One of the most shocking revelations involves text messages from 2016 between Diddy and his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. In one message, sent just after a hotel incident, Diddy is seen frantically pleading, "Please call me, the police are here, I have 6 kids, please don't leave me." This message not only shows his desperation, but also hints at a pattern of manipulation when things spiral out of control. The accusations go further with claims that Diddy paid $50,000 to have hotel security footage erased, a video allegedly capturing him throwing a glass bottle at Cassie during their heated altercation. This act is seen as an attempt to leverage his power and erase damaging evidence, raising serious concerns about his willingness to tamper with proof to protect his image. As his case heads to court, this incident only deepens skepticism about his respect for the legal process. Adding to the court's apprehension, Diddy's wealth and influence grant him the resources to make problems disappear, whether that means evidence, witnesses, or other critical elements that could impact a fair trial. His history with bribery and obstruction accusations further fuels these concerns, making fears of potential witness tampering all the more credible. Looking at other high-profile cases, the parallels are hard to ignore. In 2017, Harvey Weinstein offered millions in bail, but was denied due to similar fears of justice obstruction. Likewise, Jeffrey Epstein's massive bail proposal was rejected over concerns he might flee or exert undue influence. Diddy's situation now stands in stark contrast to his past life of luxury, as his fate hinges on whether he can convince the court of his reliability, something his track record makes challenging. The lessons from past high-profile cases left the court wary of taking any chances with Diddy. When the news broke that his $50 million bail request was denied, it hit him like a tidal wave. Witnesses described his face shifting from stunned to panicked, visibly trembling. Gone was his usual composure, replaced by the unmistakable look of a man who had lost all control. The confident public figure was replaced by someone suddenly vulnerable and deeply shaken, a stark contrast that left those in the courtroom in shock. Unable to handle the weight of the moment, Diddy finally collapsed, both physically and psychologically. An ambulance was summoned to take him from the court, as he appeared utterly spent, not just from exhaustion but from the unbearable blow to his reality. For a man accustomed to luxury, fame, and power, this was a rude awakening. The life of private jets, red carpets, and lavish mansions seemed to vanish overnight, replaced by the grim image of a small, cold prison cell. Gone were the days of luxury and control, replaced by the unyielding reality of confinement. A jarring shift from his $48 million Miami mansion to a stark 6x9 FT cell. For someone like Diddy, who had never faced real discomfort beyond minor inconveniences, the thought of prison was an unimaginable shock. This was the moment when the gravity of his situation truly set in. Throughout his career, Diddy had been the master of his destiny, controlling his brand, his image, and even those around him. Now he stood before a legal system that was immune to his wealth and influence, a place where no amount of power could tip the scales in his favor. For anyone, this would be a humbling blow. For Diddy, it was a nightmare. He was now facing a system with no shortcuts, no luxury of privilege, and no easy way out, left to confront the harsh reality of his actions. Diddy had faced legal troubles before, but somehow he always managed to slip through unscathed. Take the notorious 1999 nightclub shooting incident. He and then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez were both arrested, but while Diddy walked away free, others paid the price. It was as if he had a golden touch, with scandals and accusations never quite sticking. This time, though, things felt different. This wasn't a minor scandal or a nightclub fight. The charges were severe enough to threaten actual prison time. For the first time, Diddy seemed to realize that he might not get out of this one. The thought of years, even decades behind bars hit him hard, and the weight of it broke him down in court. For a man who had lived a life of unparalleled luxury, the prospect of being confined to one of the nation's toughest prisons was a nightmare beyond anything he could have imagined. As news of Diddy's courtroom collapse spread, fans and industry insiders were left stunned. Here was a man once viewed as an unstoppable mogul, an icon who had weathered every storm, suddenly brought to his knees. In hip-hop, Diddy was a larger-than-life figure, someone who had defied the odds and consistently come out on top. Now, people weren't so sure if he could recover from this fall. Social media erupted with mixed reactions. Some fans offered support and hoped he could bounce back, while others were more skeptical, wondering if this was the end of the road for the hip-hop titan. For someone like Diddy, whose empire was built on an image of strength and invincibility, this fall from grace wasn't just financially devastating, it was symbolically crushing. His world seemed to be unraveling before his eyes, and no amount of money or fame could undo the damage. For high-profile inmates like Diddy, a tarnished reputation hits deeper than any financial loss. It's a seismic shift in a life once untouchable. As Diddy confronts the cold, unforgiving walls of prison, stripped of luxury and status, he's left with nothing but memories of a life of freedom, pride, and power, now replaced by a sense of suffocation. Authorities are keeping a close watch on him, aware of the emotional toll this drastic change could take, even fearing he may fall into despair or worse. The harsh reality is intensified by the location, the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, notorious as one of the harshest prisons in the United States. Conditions there are abysmal. Cells are cramped, unsanitary, and stifling. In winter, inmates shiver under thin blankets in freezing temperatures, while summer heat makes it nearly impossible to breathe. Power outages are common, leaving prisoners in darkness, without heat or hot water, for days at a time. To make matters worse, MDC is overcrowded. with prisoners crammed into tiny cells where privacy is a distant memory and every movement is monitored and controlled. For someone like Diddy, used to sprawling mansions and open spaces, this confined environment is unimaginable. And it doesn't end there. Diddy is held in solitary confinement within the Special Housing Unit, SHU, a section reserved for maximum security. This isn't just prison, it's one of the most isolating and restrictive experiences the system can impose, a far cry from the life he once knew. Now confined to a cramped 6x9 FT cell, a space smaller than most closets, Diddy's world has shrunken to a thin bed, a tiny desk, and a cold steel toilet. The $48 million mansion and all its comforts are distant memories, replaced with isolation and an almost constant chill. To survive, he's given a blanket, a set of prison clothes, and a few bare essentials. The gap between his former life of opulence and his new existence deepens with each small indignity. Even the steel toilet comes with a restriction, only allowed to flush 3 times a day to prevent flooding, an almost surreal rule that widens the painful divide between his past and present. Allowed outside his cell for only 1 hour daily, Diddy's world now consists of a small enclosed courtyard to pace in, with no friends, no open space, and only the walls to remind him of his confinement. This new life couldn't be further from the private jets, LA parties, and lavish mansions. Gone are the silk sheets and fine furniture. His only belongings now are a thin, sandpaper-like blanket and the unyielding metal bars surrounding him. For Diddy, this cell is more than just a holding place. It's the harshest wake-up call, an environment of brutal, unadorned reality that offers no comfort, only a stark, relentless reminder of his downfall. Beyond the discomfort, Diddy now faces a new and serious threat, his own safety. As a high-profile celebrity with charges as severe as his very presence in prison places him at risk, compounding the tension and isolation he must endure. Diddy's high-profile status has made him a prime target in prison. In the inmate hierarchy, taking down someone of his stature is seen as a mark of prestige, a feat to boast about among peers. His attorneys have voiced serious concerns about his safety, even pushing for a transfer to a facility in New Jersey where they believe he'd be less at risk. For someone like Diddy, facing charges as severe as his, the stakes are terrifying. If convicted, he could spend the rest of his life behind bars. The charges against Diddy are not just shocking, they're reminiscent of accusations usually reserved for organized crime bosses. Prosecutors allege that he didn't merely dabble in criminal activities, but led a large-scale criminal organization, using his business empire and vast fortune to manipulate, control, and cover up illegal activities. The case paints him as the mastermind behind a network that went far beyond music and fashion, casting his empire as a front for a far darker operation. This indictment suggests that Diddy's influence extended well beyond his public image. Allegedly, he used his businesses, employees, and even security teams to facilitate questionable activities, creating a network that operated continuously over the years. The indictment also touches on disturbing allegations about his interactions with women who attended his events, suggesting he used his influence to pressure or coerce them, even threatening to withdraw financial support if they refused. The picture painted by these allegations is one of a powerful figure using his resources not just for success, but to orchestrate a hidden world of control and fear. This story goes beyond just Diddy. It could also have serious repercussions for Jennifer Lopez and Young Miami, putting them at risk of getting swept into major legal battles. This isn't simply about Diddy. Some of the entertainment industry's biggest names are involved, with the spotlight returning to the infamous nightclub shooting in 1999. That night, when Diddy was dating Jennifer Lopez, they attended a New York club to celebrate the album release of an artist Diddy managed. The night took a shocking turn when an argument escalated, leading to 3 injuries. Diddy and J-Lo quickly left the scene, sparking suspicion that he might be linked to the incident. However, by 2001, Diddy was acquitted of all charges, including weapons possession and bribery, while his associate Shine faced a 10-year prison sentence. Over the years, rumors have persisted about J-Lo's potential involvement in a cover-up. Some believe she may have known more than was initially revealed, adding a darker layer to a story that has remained mysterious. With recent allegations and lawsuits emerging, J-Lo might once again find herself under intense scrutiny. For someone who has since risen to global stardom, leaving her past behind, this resurfacing could place her in an uncomfortable spotlight. Since that night in 1999, J-Lo has built an iconic image, known worldwide for her talent, style, and resilience. Most of the public has long forgotten her connection to the shooting. But if these new lawsuits gain traction, her involvement could bring about serious consequences, reviving a chapter of her past that she likely thought was behind her. The potential legal implications could shake up her carefully crafted legacy and once again embroil her in a story that has haunted her for decades. If the court reopens the case and finds Jennifer Lopez guilty of obstruction of justice, the consequences could be devastating. Not only would she face public backlash, but the charges could profoundly impact her career and reputation. Escaping the intense spotlight won't be easy. J-Lo will need a formidable legal strategy to navigate what could be the most challenging storm of her life. Alongside Diddy's troubles, Young Miami, real name Keisha Brownlee, is also facing serious allegations that could place her in a difficult position. Known as Diddy's ex-girlfriend and a major figure in hip-hop, her relationship with him has now cast a shadow she likely never anticipated. One of the lawsuits against Diddy involves Young Miami in a shocking claim. She allegedly helped Diddy transport an illegal synthetic substance on a private jet. According to the allegations, in April 2023, Diddy sought the item for an underwater music festival in Virginia. When his regular supplier fell through, Diddy's team reportedly called Young Miami, asking her to fly from Miami to Virginia with the goods. If proven true, this goes beyond a minor mistake. It's a serious offense involving the interstate transport of illicit items. As for Young Miami's stance, she has publicly defended Diddy, sharing that her experience with him was worlds apart from the accusations. "I met Diddy when the whole world was glorifying him," she said. "I feel like people are trying to frame me." However, standing by Diddy so vocally could backfire, potentially drawing more scrutiny her way. Should authorities delve deeper into her involvement in these allegations, she could find herself facing serious legal consequences as well. If the allegations in these lawsuits are proven, both Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo, and Young Miami could face charges as accomplices or accessories to Diddy's alleged crimes. For J-Lo, the 1999 nightclub shooting remains a haunting ghost, one that the public hasn't forgotten. Should prosecutors decide to reopen that case, she could once again find herself back in court. Young Miami's situation is equally dire. If found guilty of assisting Diddy in transporting illegal goods, she could face substantial fines and legal consequences. Still early in her music career, she is now entangled in Diddy's escalating legal troubles, which are affecting not only him, but those close to him. J-Lo and Young Miami may have thought their relationships with Diddy were simply personal. But now, those connections pose a very real threat to their futures. This is a harsh reminder that involvement with someone facing serious allegations can quickly turn ugly. While the final outcome is uncertain, it's clear that both women won't be leaving the public eye anytime soon. The court of public opinion has already weighed in, and if the legal system follows suit, the stakes will become even higher. Both have built remarkable careers, but this situation could be their greatest test. If charged and convicted, their reputations and futures could take a severe hit, a risk neither may be able to afford in the image-conscious world of Hollywood. In 2019, the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, lost power for over a week in winter, plunging inmates into freezing temperatures without light, heat, or hot water. Outside, advocates protested, while inmates flashed lights from their cells, desperate for help. Though power was eventually restored, MDC's conditions remained dire, with poor sanitation, health issues, and mold. For Diddy, accustomed to luxury, MDC is a nightmare. Inmates face undrinkable water, infestations, and harsh prison culture that targets high-profile individuals like him. Currently held in a 6x9 FT solitary cell for 23 hours a day, Diddy endures isolation, facing the psychological toll that solitary confinement often brings. At MDC, survival isn't just about enduring physical discomfort. It's a mental battle as well. For Diddy, who once thrived in the public spotlight, the isolation and deprivation are a severe punishment. Stripped of the luxuries and influence that once defined his life, he now faces a reality he never prepared for. MDC has become a stark contrast to everything he once knew, a place where each day presents a new struggle, both physically and emotionally. His legal team is pushing for a transfer to a safer, more suitable facility, but for now, Diddy remains trapped in an environment where even the basics are a challenge to endure. The physical hardships, the underlying fear, and the relentless psychological strain of solitary confinement are wearing him down. For someone who has always wielded control, this lack of agency is a crushing blow. If conditions don't improve, this prison experience could turn into the harshest reality check of his life, reshaping not just his career but his entire outlook. We're witnessing one of the greatest challenges of Diddy's career and life. What do you think about the impact solitary confinement is having on him, mentally and professionally? Is this the high price of fame? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your insights. A recent clip from DaBaby's interview on Shannon Sharpe's podcast has sent the internet into a frenzy, reopening conversations about Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and their rumored attendance at one of Diddy's infamous private freak-off parties. In the interview, DaBaby spilled the tea, claiming he had quite the unexpected encounter with the power couple at one of these wild gatherings. Of course, as expected, the internet is now exploding with theories, some even going so far as to suggest that Jay-Z might have been using Beyoncé as part of some business master plan during these events. You know, like, hey bae, charm them while I seal the deal. For years, there have been rumors swirling about Jay-Z mistreating Beyoncé, but their polished image as the ultimate power couple has kept people from buying into it. Well, until now. DaBaby's eyebrow-raising comments are making people take a second look. Always one to keep it real, DaBaby said that during one of Diddy's exclusive parties, Beyoncé and Jay-Z were part of a very VIP guest list. Although he didn't give away every juicy detail, he hinted that things were a little more intimate than your average business mixer. At one point, according to DaBaby, Diddy cleared the room of most attendees, keeping only a tight circle that included Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and DaBaby himself. And here's where it gets spicy. DaBaby claimed that Beyoncé approached him in an unusually friendly manner, making him wonder if this was more than just a nice-to-meet-you moment. Was this a business power move or something else? Either way, Twitter is losing it, and everyone's suddenly rethinking what might have been going on at these exclusive events. Adding to the intrigue was DaBaby's hilarious account of Diddy's odd behavior at the party. According to him, Diddy got a little too friendly, throwing his arm around DaBaby in a way that felt, well, out of place. I mean, when the party is filled with the likes of Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and a bunch of other industry heavyweights, the last thing you expect is a bro hug from Diddy, right? Naturally, this odd interaction, combined with Beyoncé's overly friendly vibe, has sent the internet into a spiral of wild theories. People are now asking if something more interesting than business was going down at these exclusive shindigs. Fans, armed with their detective skills and Twitter accounts, are dissecting every word of DaBaby's story, raising questions about what's really happening at these events when no one's looking. Is this just an awkward mix of celebrity personalities, or is there a deeper, darker dynamic at play? To understand why this whole thing has blown up, we need to take a step back and look at Diddy's legendary parties. These events have been the subject of whispers for years in the entertainment world. Known for being ultra-exclusive and secretive, they allegedly draw some of the biggest names in music, film, and business. Imagine celebrities, executives, and power players all gathered together, with rumors swirling about everything from shady business deals to, well, less than appropriate behavior. The real scoop on what goes down at these events has always been a mystery. Now, picture Beyoncé and Jay-Z, two of the most private and respected figures in the industry, being associated with this kind of scene. That's where things get sticky. It casts an unexpected shadow on their squeaky clean image. And to make matters worse, these revelations are adding fuel to those persistent rumors about Jay-Z's alleged control over Beyoncé. Some fans have even claimed that Jay-Z's influence over her is a little too much, sparking debates about what's really going on behind closed doors. Speculation surrounding Jay-Z's career and personal life has taken a dark turn, with rumors suggesting he kept Beyoncé awake for days, pushing her into situations she would normally not agree to. This strange narrative mirrors claims about Diddy allegedly manipulating his ex-girlfriend Cassie. While the buzz about Jay-Z has circulated for some time, many fans brushed it off, unwilling to believe that the public image of this power couple could be hiding such accusations. After all, Jay-Z and Beyoncé have built a reputation as the ultimate power duo. Who could imagine trouble brewing behind the scenes? However, things really heated up when DaBaby wasn't the only one speaking out. Others who had worked closely with Beyoncé in the past hinted at similarly troubling dynamics in her relationship with Jay-Z. But it seems DaBaby's blunt, unfiltered comments were what finally brought these rumors into the public spotlight. Known for his direct approach, DaBaby's revelations reignited interest in the long-standing whispers, sparking a fresh wave of speculation. Now, people are questioning the true nature of the power dynamics between Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Diddy. His shocking revelations have sent the internet into overdrive, with everyone diving into conspiracy theories about what's really happening behind closed doors at these exclusive gatherings. To add to the drama, we can't ignore the bigger picture. Diddy himself is neck-deep in serious legal trouble, with both the FBI and Homeland Security closely monitoring him. Once seen as an untouchable mogul in the music industry, his empire seems to be crumbling under the weight of criminal charges. And if that's not enough, he's been denied bail twice in just 48 hours. What a downfall! With all these elements coming together, it's no wonder the internet is buzzing, trying to piece together the mysteries behind these famous relationships and their potential dark side. Despite offering a jaw-dropping $50 million bond in a desperate bid to secure his release, Diddy remains behind bars. He put up everything, including all his properties, his mother's assets, and even handed over his kids' passports. Talk about pulling out all the stops. But even that wasn't enough to sway the court, sending a clear message that the authorities are serious about keeping him locked up until trial. 6 months ago, during a raid on Diddy's residence, law enforcement stumbled upon some rather unsettling items. Along with firearms and ammunition, they discovered over 1,000 bottles of lubricant. Yes, you read that right. A discovery that has only deepened the already murky suspicions surrounding his activities. It's like something straight out of a bizarre crime drama. During a recent press briefing, United States Prosecutor Damian Williams shared more disturbing details, revealing that authorities also recovered 3 semi-automatic weapons with defaced serial numbers and a drum magazine from Diddy's property. As for the charges, they're not your run-of-the-mill accusations. Diddy is now facing allegations of running a criminal enterprise that dabbled in everything from forced labor and kidnapping to arson and bribery. Prosecutors argue that Diddy and his crew orchestrated these crimes to satisfy personal whims while maintaining an iron grip on his empire. If convicted, Diddy could be looking at a mind-boggling prison sentence of up to 100 years. Ouch. But wait, there's more. This case is getting even messier as prosecutors hint that Diddy wasn't acting alone. They believe some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry might have been involved in his alleged criminal activities. And this is where things really get spicy, with speculation swirling around high-profile figures like Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Could they be tied to this tangled web of criminal accusations? The internet sure seems to think so, and the buzz just keeps growing as everyone waits for the next twist in this already wild saga.
Thank you for watching my video. There are many other interesting things in the next videos. Please look forward to it. Thank you and goodbye.